tide against me as well. Just drifting away. Bye bye. Holding on for dear life. And it needs quite a lot more water in. There's only like 10 litres in there, but that's enough just to check for leaks. So I guess the thing now is to turn on the water pump and see what happens. This one. So that's on. That's pumped and it's filled. Hopefully it's filled this header tank. So in theory, all I have to do is turn on the tap at the sink, and after a few seconds of water running through the outlet pipes down here, make the zoom again, that's this camera, there we go, yeah, down here, water should flow out of the header tank through the pipes, hopefully, because honestly it's a nuisance not having any running water on board. Carrying heavy bottles is hard work, especially in 28-29 degree heat. Yeah, the sink's a bit of a mess from cleaning teeth and not having enough water to rinse it away. So let's turn on the tap. That's the cold tap. I can hear something. That was air coming out now. Let's try. Oh my god. I think that, can you see that? That is dirt. Oh, that's disgusting. Oh my god. There comes the fresh water. So, definitely not for drinking. But, that is now clean water. Fantastic. Yes! You know, it might sound a little like... You know, honestly, getting water on the boat is like, it's a big thing. It's really, really important. You don't know what you've got until you miss it. And if you haven't got water is the source of life. And without it, you know, the rest of you ain't going to operate pretty well. The rest of you isn't going to operate very well. So there you go. Water, main ingredient for life. We now have it on the boat. I'm so pleased. I'm so excited. And I don't get excited that much. This is great. So I'm going to leave the cover off the tank. I need to do a bit of work on the tank because it's not quite positioned right. It's the outlet pipe is a bit too high up the sides of the boat. You'd need about 20 or 30 litres in before you could get any water. So I want to just reset the position of it so that it'll drain even when it's almost empty. I've also got some pipe cleaning fluid, which I think I'm going to run that into the tank next, and then run that into the system, and just let that do its work and clean the inside of the pipes. Because looking at the state of that water that came out, that's not been run for many years. The state of that was horrible. Okay, that's one job. Tick. Done. Okay, this is Puri Clean, so it's for cleaning tanks, storage vessels and pipes in stored water systems. So I'm going to add this to the water I've already put into the new flexible tank, so that's not going to need disinfecting or cleaning. And it's 1 teaspoon for every gallon, so I've already put in about 8 litres. I've got another 2 litres left in here, so I'm going to add it to this jerry can, pour it into the tank, pump it through into the little storage tank, and then get it through the pipes up to the taps, and then leave it for a good 7 or 8 hours, and that'll disinfect and clean the whole water system. Shirts had to come off, clean t-shirt on this morning, absolutely dripping wet after the last job doing the water. So next job, the mooring master at the yacht club, he's had a word with me twice now about putting a second line onto the mooring line. One is not enough. Best practice to have two, have a safety line just in case the first one chaves through and breaks. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I've got a swivel bolt, if that's the right word. So here what we've got. Here's the line. It's already got an eye spliced into it. So this is what we've got. Here's the swivel shackle. That's the name for it, not a bolt, a shackle. That goes onto the mooring buoy. Do that, bolt goes back in. And the cable tie goes in through here to stop this from unscrewing. So that's nice there. It's nicely spliced into the rope, the eye, so that's good. I haven't got anything to prevent chafing, so I'll have to come back and retrofit that when I can find something, when I buy something. So the wind's blowing straight this direction, which you can't tell obviously in the camera. And I'm going to come outside the boat to grab hold of the fixed mooring buoy and put this new line on. So I've got hold of the buoy. Right, here we go. Rope's in pretty good condition. It's a good stout mooring line that. Bolts out. Cable tie on. That's gonna stop that shackle pin from coming out, stop it from turning around. So there we go, we got the shackle, we got the swivel, we got the mooring line. Got some chafing for the boat, so I just need to let myself drift back now to get the boat. I can just stop myself from drifting away. So I've put nice chafing line through this rubbing straight deck joint, not sure what it's called, but that's what I've done. So I mean, let me know if that's not right, because now I can go around the cleat. There we go. It's secured. I'm not, but that is. I'll just put another one on. Right, so that's it. That's done. Just coil the rope, which is more than long enough. Find somewhere to put it so it doesn't blow off the deck, but I'll do that when I get back on board, I think. Okay, job done. Tick. Number 2, job done. Number 3, engine stop cable. Just found the flag. See where? Just go and see if there's a place to put this on stern. It's not going to fit there. I ain't got any butter because I need ice for the cool box. It's not keeping things cool. I bought this yesterday, the chicken. It's not warm, it's not been in the sun, but it could do with being a lot cooler. So I think that's alright. 19th of July, yeah, that's fine. A few crisps, kindly supplied by Mr. Walker. And that's lunch with a cup of tea, which I've got to make. You can see now why you can only get a tour 2 hours either side of high water. You can see there, it's dried out there up to here. Charts show that that's 0.8 of a metre, so 2 to 3 feet, that's about right. I certainly wouldn't want to try and walk across that. I think that will be the end of you. Can you hear that buzzing noise? It's just faded out now, and it's caused by the propellers of other boats. You can just about hear it if it's above the wind noise, and it causes that sort of a buzzing noise in the boom. See, I can just about stop it. There we go. Now that's the propellers from a boat that's just gone past, going up the estuary. It's really bloody annoying. I don't know how to stop that. Down here is the engine stop button. You can see it. And here it's broken in the engine compartment, or it attaches to the engine. And it's held on here at the back by there's a nut on the back here. There, I can't see if I'm filming this. The sun's too bright for the screen. So that's got to come off, and then this pulls out. It's cable tied down here to the engine forward and reverse gear and accelerator controls down here. So that's got to be the cable ties snipped, withdrawn from the engine, and the new one fitted. That's the next job. Charlie, get your head out from the engine, you silly boy. God, a first mate would know not to do that, stick their head under an engine. Nothing's ever easy, and this is turning out to be a little bit of a job. So look, I've got to get in here from the side of the engine to where the stern drive is. You can see attached to those red control cables is the engine stop cable. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There might be another one if I look from the front, but there's 4 cable ties I've got to clip there, unclip I should say. Very slight drip there on the bottom of the fuel filter. It's not dripping, but I can just see a little bit, tiny bit of diesel there. Oh well, nothing to worry about there, I don't think. Stern drive looks good. All the electrics look pretty good. So I've got to get in here, and I don't know if I can get the camera in. You know, who wants to see me snipping cable ties anyway? Got them. 4 little red cable ties, and the sweat is starting to run down my face. Yeah, well, this has turned out to be the hardest job of the day, but it's got to be done. Anyhow, now I've got to get into the lockers, rear lockers, and just cut the rest of the cable ties, and then the nut on the back of the stop switch is seized on. I've sprayed some WD-40 on it, but I might end up having to hacksaw that off, we'll see. The deck looks a complete and utter mess, totally trashed. But I've taken everything out of this aft locker. There was just a tiny bit of water down in that corner. Is that there? Focus. You can just see where I put the paper towel. Only a tiny bit, but there's a tiny little hole. I can't show it you now, but it's under these two buoys on the locker top, and I'm wondering if there's a little bit of water just getting in there. But that's over a period of 2 months, where it's just mop it up with a bit of paper towel. That's all I've had to do. That's why that's emptied. I still don't know where the main water intake is for the Yanmar engine. Anyway, I'm going to have to go in these back lockers on the next job to do the cable, which you can see. I don't know if you can see. There's two red cables and a thin black one running around there, and the black one is the stop cable, which has got to be replaced. So that's cable tied to it. Goes through a little hole down there. Right, all the cable ties are clipped off, so just got to work on the nut holding in the actual cable itself. So this is the new one. This is the old stop button, and the connecting wire, which is the equivalent of that one. And then there's this little thing here, and this is the cause of all the problem. It was seized inside here, and I had to cut all of this off, and this part as well, which is now back down in the bilge. It just shot off, and I had to hit that nut which was glued into the transom, so give that a big whack, and that just shot off somewhere. So that's it, it's all out and ready to install the new cable. So that's it, all done, as long as I've got it adjusted right at the engine end, and that it goes back far enough. I know pulling it out fully takes the travel, goes back in, beautifully smooth, no problem. All the gears work, accelerator works nice and smoothly, so it's time to start the engine. That's it, job done, yeah! Let's go have a look. It's not over yet. Oh, am I good or what? Damn, I just had the fright of my life. I stopped the engine, came back down into the cabin. I couldn't find Charlie, I couldn't find the dog. So Charlie, where are you? And then I looked into the port side access for the engine compartment, which is down in here. I don't know if you can see that. It's open, there's no cover for it. And it was in the engine compartment. Oh my God. I mean, you know, there's no moving belts at the rear of the engine, but even so, it's pretty murky in there, and you know, the engine, it's going to get really hot. So I'm going to have to make a cover for that before I could even dare go sailing with him. It's too risky. If I start the engine, it's the warning tone that scares him, not so much the noise of the engine running, but the actual warning tone. It just frightens the life out of him. It's the same with smoke alarms. If a smoke alarm detector goes off at home, he just runs into the kitchen, into a corner. It's so piercing. That frightened the life out of me. God, I just don't want him to be hurt, you know. I mean, he's a lovely little dog, my mate. So yeah, right, can't do anything else until I make an engine compartment cover for that. Charlie, you've been raiding the rubbish bag. Yes, you know. That's not the behaviour of a first mate. You're very naughty, aren't you? Naughty boy.